Hey, you ever been to Chancellor Park? That's where I live. My name is Tavin Dillard. I live in Chancellor Park. I mow lawns, mowing, edging, grass cutting legend. I sure am glad to join me here on this podcast. I want to let you know what's going on in my neck of the woods. Now, I started out years ago on the YouTubes and then the TikToks and the Instagrams now and the whatnots. I got the websites, the tavindillard.com, but right now, I want to clue you into what's happening in my neck of the woods on the Tavin Dillard podcast. You here? I'm here. I'm glad you joined me. Now I'm going to send it over to myself. This is like the pre-introduction, but let's get on to the real show today. I'm glad you joined me here. Bank, bank. Well, hey, y'all guys. Y'all know this is the Tavin Dillard podcast by now because I just said it. But we in season 10 now, episode 2's. You know I got Tavin's Lawn Care Services, mowing, edge, and grass cutting legend. And welcome to a brand new season of the Tavin Dillard podcast. Boy, it's been a hoot of a week already. We 2 weeks into May. If you listen to this on the day it come out, which is Tuesday, May 14th. If not, don't matter no how. I hope your May's going real good. I tell you one thing. I get them allergy, boy, that pollen get in the air. And if you live in the South, well, it's all over the world, I guess, the allergy season. But anyhow, and then a couple of weeks ago, that Team Burger Shed book is launching. It ships on May the 25th. I guess it launched because folks is already buying it, but it ships and people actually get to read it on May the 25th. And so all that to say, y'all guys, is I recorded the audio book to that thing too. And boy, between allergies and reading the whole book, who would have guessed what it'd do to a feller's throat? But I'm telling you what, boy, that's some kind of work. But anyhow, I'm doing good, and I'm up and at 'em. And the Team Burger Shed book, like I says, that ships in 2 weeks. So if you pre-ordered it last month, it's almost time. And if you pre-order it today, well, it's really almost time. There's a link in the show notes today if you want to pick up a copy. The other thing, which is almost here, is my live show, Front Yard Trampoline, in Wichita Falls, Texas, on Friday, May 31st. That's the very last day of this month. It's going to be a hoot of a time. I hope you can make it if you're close to the area. I don't know if I talked about this. I did an interview a few weeks ago for a morning TV show in Tulsa. My friend Leanne Taylor hosts that thing, and she was talking to me about, we was recapping the solar eclipse, but also talking about what's coming up, and I sharing with folks and about the show coming out on May 31st. Is this into Wichita Falls and so anyhow, I hope you can check out the show notes and get there. It's going to be a hoot of a time, and it's going to be like nothing I've done as far as live shows. In fact, the more folks that can get to that and experience that, I think it's going to be better for future shows to see if we can get more of these going in other areas, maybe more in your neck of the woods if you ain't even close to Wichita Falls. But if you kindly close, try to get out there for that. So you'll see in the show notes today the Team Burger Shed book link and the Wichita Falls show link on the 31st of this month. The Team Burger Shed book, it's hard to explain what I do, I guess, to folks. They like, what do you do? I'm like, I mow lawns. Well, you wrote a book? Well, sure did. I also play adult league softball kind of thing. And this is all about how my team came together in the first place. Our very first season. And, the ups and downs and highs and lows of what can happen in that. But I think it's going to be something you enjoy to read. And I might have mentioned this on the podcast before, but you can download the first chapters. That's the thing you can do. If you go to that link today for Team Burger Shed, and you're like, I don't want to buy that book yet. I want to read the first chapter. You can scroll down and you'll see a place where it says download it here, and then you can read it. Get kind of an idea of what you're getting into with the book. So check the show notes today for all that. You probably know by now the Donut Haunches shirt has launched. Shirt launches, book launches are way different than rocket launches, which is way different than a boat launch. So don't be fooled by the word launch. It could mean all kind of different things depending on what you're launching. Like with a shirt and a book, nothing gets sent in the air like real fast, like out of a cannon or off a blaster pad like them rockets do. No, that just means that it's for sale now. So don't worry if that's what scared you, like, I ain't going to a book launch, I ain't going to a shirt launch. It's okay. in the interweb world, all you do is click a link and then you can buy it. So that's that. Um, that's all it is. I want to tell y'all about our roster for Team Burger Shed today, but I got to get some baby doll news off my chest. I hope that's okay. My Memaw's taking it to another level, y'all guys. So call it spring cleaning, call it what you want, but she been busy. How busy, Tavin? Imagine, if you will, a baby doll clothesline strung behind her trailer. She don't want a Frisbee or a stray football knock her baby doll clothes down, so I guess she put it back there. Because that's what's on her clothesline, y'all, strung behind her trailer. She stripped them baby dolls of hers naked and washed the outfits they was wearing. They 4th of July outfits, the Halloween's outfits, the Christmas outfits too, and just your regular everyday outfits. I mean, she really went for it. Her best friend, Tabby Jean Tipton, came over to help. Y'all know her. I don't know what kind of help Memaw needed, but then I'll tell you right now, I found out. Okay? You know about that? I found out what kind of baby doll help Memaw needed. Once the clothes was washed, okay? Imagine, if you will, them little teeny tiny baby doll clothes got washed, and then they being dried. Now you see it on the clothesline, you think, boy, somebody shrunk their clothes. Oh no, that's the size a baby doll is. You think like a regular size human, like a regular size, goodly portioned adult, they won't wear little clothes like that, and you right, but it's not because an adult's clothes shrunk, it's because you looking at baby doll clothes on that clothesline. Who would do that, Tavin? I'm telling you right now, my Memaw did it. So them ladies was taking a wash rag to the baby dolls and washing them. Like Rachel Christine basically got a facial and a foot massage. I mean, full treatment there. The kind of thing, this is what, okay, I'm sorry. I get flustered because we talk about baby dolls, and I feel like there's better things to talk about in this world, but it's a big part of my world, whether I like it or not, because Memaw love them baby dolls, okay? It's the kind of thing that's happening to these baby dolls that folks in the real world pay high dollar for at like outlet malls. And Memaw's over there giving Rachel Christine the royal treatment. Now I figure Beatrice Gail Merton, Becky Thacker Haynes, Babs Gristle, Nurse Wylena Parchman, and them others got a once-over with that wash rag. But you better believe Rachel Christine basically had a spa day. And if you don't think them other baby dolls was jealous before, I reckon they are now. I walked over at one point to drop off a bag of Q-tips and some pre-cooked sausage for my Memaw. Don't ask me why. That's what she asked for. I'm just making the delivery. But Memaw hollered at me when I opened that screen door without knocking. The baby dolls is naked. I was like, what in the world, Memaw? She said they naked. I don't care about no naked baby doll. Memaw knows that. So what she's really doing is showing that she's afraid the baby dolls is going to be embarrassed. Sore embarrassed, I guess. But they baby dolls. Don't matter no how, I left the Q-tips and the pre-cooked sausage on Memaw's front porch, and I went about my day. I guess her or Tabby Jean Tipton got it off the front porch. I can't imagine Memaw would let a naked Rachel Christine answer the door, pick that stuff up. I can't believe how real she acts like these baby dolls are. I mean, that's probably the biggest problem, biggest frustration with me. It probably ain't right, and I'm kind of embarrassed I just said probably. It ain't right. Well, as far as I know, all them baby dolls is washed and dried, and them baby doll clothes is washed and dried too. But turns out not every outfit survived. You know about that? There's crows in Chancellor Park. Candy Dilroy, she caught more than one in her life, and these full-grown adult crows, they ain't them babies. And crows is smart birds, y'all guys. Real smart birds. I don't know what that says about Candy being able to catch smart adult crows, but she's nice enough to them because they still hang around the trailer park. You think if you got caught before and tried to have a little tea party with Candy Dilroy, that once you float away, you wouldn't be back, but there's something about it. And I know I've left my Funyuns out one too many times, so maybe that's the balance. I think, well, I can get them snacks. I gotta, run the risk of getting caught by Candy Dilroy and playing house with her, but them Funyuns sure is good. But I don't leave as many out as I used to. Anyways, they hang around the trailer park like they dive bomb them Funyuns, just about anything else you can imagine that gets left open. Anyhow, a crow sniffed out something in one of them baby doll dress pockets, y'all guys. And let me just stop right here to say that this is a good reason not to have real food parties with baby dolls. Baby dolls ain't got digestive systems, so it ain't gonna eat no Snickers bar or any other stuffs that Memaw gets for them parties. Well, lo and behold, one of Beatrice Gail Merton's work dresses had some peanut brittle in the front pocket of it, and a crow somehow knowed that. They smart birds. I don't know if they sniff. They ain't got beaks, but they ain't got noses. What they do is have them beaks, and I think they got holes in them beaks that work basically like a nose. Like, I didn't go to school for crows' noses or beaks, as they say, but I'm saying somehow, one way or another, that crow knowed that there's peanut brittle in the dress pocket of Beatrice Gail Merton's dress that was up on that clothesline. And that thing tried to land on that clothesline, like Mima rigged up for them baby dolls, that little clothesline, and baby doll clothes don't weigh a lot, even with a little peanut brittle in the pocket. So that line ain't really having to do a whole lot of work until an adult crow tried to land on that thing, and it just come loose and it fall to the ground. And I ain't talking about the dress. I'm talking about that whole little clothesline and all them dresses except the one that's pinned by the end of the clothesline that's still pinned in Memaw's windowsill. Just that and stayed up, but them others, they on the ground now. So peanut brittle pocket dress is down, and that crow is deep beak there, making sure that peanut brittle finds its new home. And its new home is in the belly of a crow. That's what I'm saying. And them dresses, they wasn't dry yet. So now they damp in the dirt. And if you know anything about science, that makes mud. And that's how that went. That crow got some peanut brittle, and I guess we all been there before, right? Where we didn't check our pockets before doing laundry. Well, insult to injury, once Memaw found out, instead of taking the blame, because she's the only one alive that's being in this whole scenario other than a crow, she blamed Beatrice Gail Merton for not checking her own pockets. That's a baby doll, y'all guys. So here, if you happen to stop by Memaw's trailer and you see her baby doll shelf and you don't see Beatrice Gail Merton right now, just know she's in the box under Memaw's bed, and you know why. Memaw was so upset, she ordered Rachel Christine a new summer dress, and she had to wash all them other muddy clothes again, check the pockets, and dry them all over again on the clothesline. So baby doll washing day basically got doubled. Like, it takes twice as long now because she basically had to do it all twice. Got to keep your head on a swivel with them crows. I know that. Memaw should know that. She'll tell you she knows it. It's Beatrice Gail Merton who forgot. Okay, Memaw. Phew, well, I'm glad that's off my chest. Now, where was I? Oh, that's right. Team Burger Shed roster for the new season. You know how they say if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Well, I ain't saying we ain't broken down a little bit, but when you're coming off a championship season, most fellas still want to play. And in our case, they all want to play. So this ain't going to be no surprise, y'all guys, but I'm going to list the roster for you, and it's going to sound very familiar to last season's roster. Russell Tucker's on the team. He basically our coach, and now he's, on the team again, so we ain't got to figure out who else is going to do our lineup every week at the softball game, because he's probably going to take that over still. Mort Waddell, who back in the early days helped get this team started. I mean, if you get my book, Team Burger Shed, you'll hear all the early day stories of how this got put together. If you know anything about Mort, his wife run Uptown Gal, and they've been talking here recently about later in the summer. I mean, they working months ahead. She a business lady. Big old summer sale they're going to do this year. And, Memaw's getting into them crease britches. Mort can't have no dairy, and he got a front yard trampoline. I guess that's all you need to know about Mort. And he hits dingers. Myron Curtis, he's dating Mary Beth Tucker. What else do you need to know about Myron? He got a moped, and he's still not the best on that thing. I think it's a little more dangerous than it is safe for him to get places. He got his own truck. He don't have to drive that moped everywhere, and he don't drive it everywhere, but he drive it a lot. And then for work, he drive a snack delivery truck, and folks call him Bean Dip. I call him Myron Curtis. Rusty Tidwell's probably the best athlete on our team. He's back. He got a lowered mini truck. He's married. He lives out in the country. His property backs up to Jet Dilroy's. Don't matter no how. Rance Farnhart, he's on our team, and you know him too. His mom and daddy, Jerry Don and Sybil, they own the flea market in town. Rance, he run the bait and tackle shop out in town by the lake, called Fishing Clips. And you know him and Myron Curtis do a little business deal this year where they got them pedal boats or them paddle boats. You paddle them with pedals, so whatever they called. And he been renting them out this spring, and that should pick up even in December, but that's going well. Anyhow, Rance is on our team. Cody Briggs is on our team again. That's Ricky's brother. Ricky's the trash truck driver in town. But Cody Briggs, he's thinking about opening a plumbing business, where you fix, leaks and pipes. And I don't know, I guess he's doing sewer stuff too on houses. Anyways, Cody's on the team. Brody Childers, you know him. His granny and my Memaw don't get along. That's Mabel Childers. They've been so many altercations, almost fights. They do okay in water aerobics class when Coach Hicks is teaching it, which that's starting up again soon too. So we'll see. And that's only because they both have a crush on Coach Hicks, which grosses me out and grosses everybody out. Brody's married to Brandy Lynn. She make a beautiful 3-bean salad. County Fair time, you know, coming up this summer. She'll probably enter it. And then they got a little boy named BW, got another kiddo. They drive a Ford Windstar. I mean, they ain't got a lot of money, but looking at their driveways and their front yard, you say, boy, he got a two-tone 86 Buick Century to go with that Ford Windstar minivan. And they got a Suzuki Sidekick. They can't keep the floorboard patched for anything, losing baby shoes out the bottom. But anyhow, Brody's on the team. Cody Mantell, he on the team. You know him and his wife, Linda Ray, she worked down at Early Bird Gets the Perm. They got a little gal named Daphne, but then they had a baby last September. It's called Trigger. That's their baby. He getting big now too. But anyhow, Cody, he's been in some trouble in the past, had a real bad temper, but he kind of evened out in recent years, year or so, year and a half. And he would have been the last guy I'd ever picked to be on a team or even spend 30 minutes with, but he gotten better, and he can play some ball. And then we got JT Whitlow. You know he's dating Whitney. That's Cody Mantell's cousin, and she can't go just about anywhere without an air horn. She gets them confiscated all over the place because they loud. Boy, they scare people. Not everything got to be a party, Whitney. Anyway, JT, he live in Chancellor Park with me. You know, he live in my trailer park. He ain't live in my trailer. His trailer's across the ways. You know, it's between our two trailers is where we tried to do that zip line a month or two back. We back to the drawing board on that. And then finally, to round out our roster, Team Burger Shed roster this season are Russell Tucker, Mort Dwight, Myron Curtis, Rusty Tidwell, Rance Farnhart, Cody Briggs, Brody Childers, Cody Mantell, JT Whitlow. The last one on that roster is yours truly. That's me. My name's Tabin Dillard. I mow lawns, but I also play a little softball, and I'll steal a base. So there you go. We got the roster. We ain't got the season yet. We waiting on that. First game's in 2 weeks. We ain't changed our uniform, so if fellas still got the shirt that they fit into it, then they just bring that on game nights, or they go to Bud's and buy a new one. That's how that works. I'll put a link today in the show notes for them Burger Shed shirts. I'm gonna have some at the show in Wichita Falls too, in case folks want to get a gander at that. I also have some books, Team Burger Shed books. Forgot about that. They're gonna be with me at Wichita Falls. If you ordered yours, like I said, yours will ship May 25th. But if you ain't ordered yours and you're gonna see me in Wichita Falls on the 31st, I'll have a few books there for folks to buy. Anyways, Russell wants to have a team meeting with our, about Team Burger Shed. Not sure what that's going to be about, but I figure he's got to collect money for the season, so maybe that's it. Like, here we go. We pay to play. Then maybe we'll have like a pep talk. I really don't know. I think we're going to meet at the fields to have it. There's talk about a tip jar at the concession stand this season, but I'm thinking we can't barely keep it at basic standards, and now they're trying to situate that they're going above and beyond, like they deserve tips over there. I just feel like that's just a recipe for disaster, which has been most of the recipes that have showed up at the concession stand the last couple seasons. And I'm still waiting to hear who's in charge of it this season. Do I have my concerns? You better believe it. Is it my business? Nope. I got to focus on what happens between the lines of that ball field. That's how that works. My gear is ready. Same glove. It's already broke in. Same uniform. It's broke in too. You probably know if you need your own Burger Shed shirt, like I said, you can pick one up. Or we got the hats too. I mean, that's the uniform. Guys wear different, shorts or sweats. I got a pair of softball breeches that I wear, kind of thing. But like, if you can't make it to the Burger Shed, you can just check the link in the show notes, like I said, for all that gear. You'll find it there. But I'm stretching my haunches for softball season and for Wichita Falls, Texas, because that's coming up first. And I have to get limber for a show too, because there's like a stage there. I got to be, you got to move around. And if your haunches ain't stretched, last thing you want to do is pull a haunch in a live show, the way I see it. So that's the deal. We got a lot of things coming up. I'm pretty much over the baby doll spring cleaning party. I think that's basically behind us. And then now what's in front ways of us is the softball season coming up. and I'm real excited about it. I think, we got a lot to build off of. You coming off a championship season. Of course, there's a target on our back now. And I understand that. And I think we're ready to play some ball. And, of course, I got Wichita Falls front ways in the mirror, too. Or I guess if it's in a mirror, is that be behind you? Okay, so it's just front ways. I ain't looking in the mirror. I'm just looking ahead. And I see Wichita Falls. So thanks for joining me on episode 2 of season 10 today. I want to ask you to take a quick moment today to leave a rating for the podcast wherever you listen and a comment too. All that helps. I sure appreciate it. I know some folks have done that before, like I ain't doing it again. But anyhow, if you can, that helps me out, y'all guys. And please do enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you're doing. Okay? And keep in touch. Because I hope the Mama's Day went well last week. A lot of folks was ordering greetings. I was doing them. Maybe that's what's going on in my throat too. Between the allergies and reading an audio book and doing some greetings, I had to take a little cough drop, and try not to inhale a lot of pollen as I mow them lawns. But anyhow, I feel like I'm back and better than ever. So appreciate y'all joining me on the Tavin Dillard podcast. A lot going on, and you'll find a lot of that in the show notes today. And hey, if you ain't been putting a cardboard box under Memaw's bed because she forgot to take peanut brittle out of your dress pocket and a crow dive bombed it and helped itself to a little snack, you having a pretty good week. Me, I'm Tavin Dillard. This is the Tavin Dillard podcast. Till next time, y'all guys. We'll see you later.